We're Fiona and Rachel, and we thought we'd spend a bit of time just giving a bit more of an insight into, well, the difference between unearthing and the pathway, and also what you can expect from each.
To try and clarify who it's for, what the offering is, and to sort of talk a little bit about our thoughts about it, really. So essentially the pathway is a mentoring program, and our experience, which is between us, what did we work out it was, like 350 years?
No. We've kind of lived the angst and the doubt and the worry that we suspect you're going through.
To offer an objective eye, take a snapshot of where you're at this moment in time. And actually this is kind of where the pathway and the unearthing sort of join together. It's to take a look at where you are at this moment in time, and to really draw out of you what it is that you really love. And it might be that you just simply don't know, but there are ways of drawing it out of you, and to sort of get a deep understanding of what your values are and the sorts of things that make you tick, and then to try and draw that into something a bit more tangible. So you might have a love of, I don't know, cats and knitting or something, and to sort of draw that out with your values, with your red lines, with the barriers that you might have in that, you know, you've got limits to your energy, to your time, this kind of stuff, but also your mental barriers, the things that are holding you back from moving forward. So we can try and unpick all of that. And so with the unearthing workshop, which is one day, that's the kind of that's the day, is that we will pick that out, we will pull all of these thoughts apart, and will help to sort of present you with a kind of plan of action. It's like, okay, this is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like you should be doing for the next, you know, these are the next steps. Whereas the pathway, we draw that out and then we go with you for 8 months. So it might be that that, you know, you might come on an unearthing and just think, okay, that's great, I've got a kind of good idea of where I should be putting my focus. But with a pathway, we make sure that you stay on track with that, because it's very easy to go, that was amazing, and now I've got a really good idea of what I'm going to do, and then you just do it, and it's really easy just to fall in the way. What, you know, it is, life just gets in the way. But I think with the pathway, we really want, it is very much about overcoming those barriers, really delving into what it is that you need to tell your story, to express yourself creatively, the story you want to tell rather than the story you think you should be telling. Our clients have an idea of what it is that they think they should be doing.
It's that sort of pigeonhole, isn't it?
Yes,
it's like, you know, the expected of whatever creative field you're in, you know. So it's what everybody else thinks you should be doing, and we're kind of trying to knock that away and create something that works for you, but is still brings in money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately,
you know, it isn't just a wafty thing where we're like, oh, this is making something really beautiful for you. It has to make money, and we're putting you in a position where we give you the skills and the understanding and know-how to actually project what you're doing properly, because you could be doing the best thing in the world, but until people know about it, it's kind of pointless. So we help you with all that. And
firstly, enabling your skills. It's like pulling out of you what your skills are, and you might not even know what they are, but with an objective eye, and we are extremely experienced, we'll be able to sort of help you to see the skills that you have. One of the big issues, of course, is confidence. So we're able to help you with your confidence, help you to to really build on your confidence. And actually, one of the things that we see again time and time again is just these barriers that you'll come up against. So you'll make some progress, and then there's something that goes, yeah, but I can't because. And so it's just helping you just to move through them and just say, okay, what is that barrier? Let's just look at that objectively. It's like, right, okay, is that a barrier that you can overcome perhaps by doing, a level 2 something or the other qualification to help you with something, or a specific piece of training? Okay, fine, well then that's a specific goal that you can go and do, a specific thing. Or is that barrier in your own head, in which case we can unpick that, we can work through that and try and help you to sort of overcome those self-limiting beliefs which so many of us have. So but then there are also skills in terms of storytelling. Whatever business it is that you're going to do, you have to speak to your audience, you have to speak to the right people, and that's a real skill in itself. And that's where Fiona is amazing, to be able to really cut through and enable you to tell your story through words, through visuals, however it might be, so that it doesn't matter how niche or how weird the business is that you think would be right for you, or would be right for you. It doesn't matter, because as long as you're talking to the right people, then it can be as out there as you like. As long as you are able to articulate what it is you're offering to the right set of clients, then everything is possible. And that's Fiona's skill set in that area is incredible. That's something that we can help you with.
And I think one of the big things is breaking down the fears and barriers, the be they in your head or actual things. And I mean, your skill set around that is incredible. I mean, what we also kind of undersell in a big way is the impact of that first session is so powerful and transformative, and most of that is what you bring to that. That's your skill, and that's your superpower. So, and that would be unearthing as one day, or the first day of the pathway. And we've kind of created it that now the unearthing is almost like a gateway drug to pathway. Insight, glimpse into what you can get, and then we build on that for the pathway. So we would meet monthly, once a month, and go through all the different things that you require and go out into the world and do your magic. Yeah.
And I think it's a scary thought, really, none of us, we're all terrible at investing in ourselves, in investing in our training.
It's really important for both of us, for you and for us, that the right people come on this course, that you're spending time in this place with the right people, and the interaction between the people who come on it is really important as well.
So the people that it's for is if you are deeply connected to nature, or you feel that you want to deepen that connection to nature in a creative way, that you are working at something, or you're running a business currently and it is just not feeding your soul. It's a grind and you just don't like it, and you want to do something else, but you just have no idea.
And we have both been there.
And I totally get that. I just totally know that feeling. Or you've got a proper job, as we would say, and I was just thinking, I just don't want to do this anymore. There is more to life. You maybe have got to a crossroads in your life. You might be, just at that point in time where, there's lots of signposts that you're just noticing lots of things, and you have just got that feeling. It's just like, I just do not want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. I know I've got this creative passion in me. I know I want to do something, but I don't know what it is. I don't know where to start. And that this is for you. If you sort of know, right, okay, I want to do this. How do I do it? then it isn't really. It's
Yeah.
if you are creative, connected to nature, and stuck, and just thinking, I really do not know how to get from A to B, then that's why we called it the pathway, is that we can show you the steps to get there. We can really help you together, and it is that kind of alchemy, isn't it, between us and
Yes.
the group. And
yeah.
they
all bring
all
something
our
to it.
cohorts have brought something really magical and special to it, and have touched us deeply, actually, in that in the experience of us working with these wonderful people. It has in terms of finding the thing you really love doing and want to do, like for us, this is one of it. This is one of the things. It's a really lovely thing.
Like that. Everybody's story
yeah,
is completely
Yeah.
unique to
Yeah.
them, and it's how much you can sort of like go into what
Yeah.
you love from
Yeah.
each of those little bits,
yes,
and
exactly.
come out at the other end like this great big squishy thing, and come out with this perfectly little formed business. I mean,
Yes. And I think it is that combination of skills. And it was Guy, as my husband, said that thing that we're like lichen, and it's basically lichen is a relationship between two different organisms that work really closely together to create a beautiful whole. And I think we feel that really strongly, that the pair of us have got a huge range of experience. Our lived experience is very different, and we express our connection to nature very differently, but at the core of it is the same values, aren't there, really? We feel our emotions and our feelings about nature particularly are really similar,
yeah,
and the way that we express that is different, but the experience that we've had in our previous lives, pre-creative life, is very different, and the way that we have developed our own unique skills is different. And so that what that brings to the table is a huge breadth of experience. Any of you that knows Fiona knows that her artistry is beautiful. She has an ability to create art through flowers and natural materials that I think really speak to people's souls. Like 10 people will be looking at one thing and you'll be looking at something else and we'll be saying, I see that, and you're going, I see that.
yeah.
So it's really interesting. So really good at sort of actually having a totally different perspective. That ability to communicate visually. You're trying to say something, and then Fiona will be able to say, this is how you tell that story in a visual way, and she'll just put like 3 apples and a walnut, and somehow it communicates something just so profound and beautiful, and everybody's in tears. So I think
I do cry a lot, I have to say. I do cry a lot.
It's a deeply emotional and personal thing. This is ostensibly helping you to use your own unique skills to hone a business, but actually there's so much personal transformation that goes on along the way. As you start to have an understanding of the things that would fit a beautiful business for you, you start to have some insights about yourself, and as we start talking about barriers that might be in your way, a lot of them are deeply personal, and beliefs that we hold about ourselves, and stripping them away and turning them on their head is really emotional.
And it's recognising what is right for you
that's
at all
exactly
stages,
it.
and it's trying to pass that on to you. And the whole thing of this place, which is so beautiful and so nurturing and so protective, with Rachel's beautiful vision and just way of bringing stuff out.
It is just using intuition, that the energy of nature, the energy of this place, just to get you to a place when you're here. I mean, I it's an overused phrase, but it is a safe space. It's just to wrap you up into a really beautiful sort of portal almost, where you can just put it all down and just, you know, all of that stuff that's in your heads, we can just, a place where you can just allow a bit of stillness and a bit of peace. And in that point, that's when the magic happens, when you can just turn your head off and just access your intuition. That's when beautiful things happen. And I think this whole place enables that.
I mean, this garden here is
my
yours,
garden,
and this is the special bit.
It is
to me. Yeah, this is a magical place anyway, and we would love you to experience it.
Yeah, we would.